space-filling conversation needs are, we will be sure to meet them here on the Afternoon Growl.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Afternoon Growl. I am your host, Jordan. I am here with...
Hello, I am Eden, co-host on our Afternoon Growl episode.
Hello, I am Rin, the beautiful board op.
And today we have a special guest, a counselor from the Counseling Center.
Hi, my name is Jacob Gunner. I am one of the counselors at the West Georgia Counseling Center. Associate Professional Counselor. I guess that's it.
Very nice, very nice.
And today, our episode, I'm sure, might touch home with a lot of people, especially in the time that we're in right now. How are you? I'm going to start by asking this to everybody here. How are you guys holding up right now?
I think I'm doing pretty good, okay? I think I'm doing okay.
You doing okay? How about you?
I'm doing really good. I think us hijacking this episode of Afternoon Growl for the comfort zone is a great opportunity to talk about seasonal depression, which is our topic for this episode.
Especially
Yeah,
as we
all
get
things
closer
mental
to
health.
finals.
Finals, very
Finals.
much. Very much so.
Finals. I keep getting that email from academic coaching, like, hey, before your finals, meet with a peer to tutor you on your thing. And it's like, I don't wanna. I really don't wanna, man. I don't like acknowledging. I actually had a tutoring appointment for today, and I canceled it.
Oh, no.
I just didn't want to think about it.
Yeah, not thinking about it is so valid. It's
But
so
not
real.
thinking about it isn't healthy.
Oh,
You gotta
absolutely.
acknowledge it so that you can really get to the bottom of that.
There's something about when it starts getting darker outside and when, like, it's the end of the year specifically and, like, from a school perspective, because, you know, we're all in college, obviously, it's like you have assignments start piling up and then it's like, I just don't want to do it
You just kind of
anymore.
get overwhelmed, and then you get like,
Yeah.
you get that like kind of shock, you know, where everything just kind of gets numb the more that gets piled on.
Yeah. Like derealization.
Yeah.
Almost like everything doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
And like you're ghosting through everything.
Does that sound accurate, Mr. Counselor?
Yes. So I always like to call, like, after Halloween, the kind of the inside joke at the Counseling Center is this is the great lock-in of November and December because, yeah, you got that time change. You got all the breaks, which can be good or bad, depending on where you're going, and then finals at the very end. And it all kind of ends with, all right, everyone go home. We'll see you next year. And so it's just a lot of pressure, a lot of changes, and yeah, it can really do a number on us for sure.
It's a lot of, like, teasing towards not having to do anything anymore also because it's like, here's a break. You have to come back and finish everything and continue doing stuff, but you
But
get
here's a
another break.
It's like you get fall break, then you get Thanksgiving break, and then here you go. Here's Christmas break for that's like a month off.
Yeah.
And then and then you were thrusted right back into it in spring.
And it's the hardest part of it too. Like right after the winter break, that's when most people have their finals due. And so it's like you get this nice reprieve and then suddenly it's all coming back crashing down at once.
Yeah.
Biologically, we're all getting ready for the winter. We're all just hunkering down, honestly. Because when the summer happens, everybody's like, I have so much energy. I have so much possibility. Everything's going,
And
I'm
nothing to
tired.
Are you
do.
I should
saying
take
we're
a
going to
nap."
start
Like,
hibernating
literally.
soon?
Yeah. Actually, that's what this is preparing us for. We're about to start hibernating. I remember once, I don't know if it was Maggie I talked about it with, but that at some point it was theorized that the reason why people get seasonal depression is because daylight hours aren't as long anymore. And because of that, people aren't spending as much time out in the sun.
Yes.
And that's causing everybody to get, like, really sad because, be honest, by the time I wake up to go to my classes, it's, like, feels like midday. And by the time I'm heading back to my dorm, it's, like, 1 or 2. And it's like, well, I don't want to be here anymore. The sun's about to go down. What else should I do, really, after this?
That's true. Definitely light plays a huge part in someone's seasonal depression. You know, I was driving home. I worked late one night. I was driving home at 6:30, and I'm like, where's the sun? it's already gone. And I'm also like, all right, it's time for bed. It must be so late. And it says like 7:30. And so kind of to back up this, like light and dark is, take for example Alaska. You know, they have 6 months of light, 6 months of darkness, and in that time there is a lot of mental health issues, a high suicide rate, and it's usually due to that constant darkness.
There's a really high crime rate in Anchorage. I know, like they have tons of violent crime. They have tons of like depression and stuff. I mean, it could be because of the just the city and being in like a bunch of people in the most populated part of a really generally depressing area, just making all kinds of problems.
Yeah,
It's really wild.
It's just 6 months of darkness is. Oof,
I don't know if y'all have seen Broad City, but there's one episode where Alana has really terrible depression, and she gets a light lamp that she just carries around to blast like super bright light in her face all the time. She's like, I'm not depressed. I can just look into the light like a moth, and it's fine.
So it's funny you mentioned that, because before I came on, I did a little research on seasonal depression, and many different sources said the light lamp. And I was like, I thought that was just a lamp, but they're really cool. There's some on Amazon and everything, but it is like this just kind of like a wall of light, and it really can change someone's mood. Do you guys ever feel that way, like when you go into a dark room, but even if it's just like maybe just like a lamp light or candles or just some form of light, does it kind of bring some warmth? Does
Absolutely.
It feel good?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got a sunset lamp for my dorm at
Wow.
Five Below
Nice.
before I moved, because that's like the number one thing people recommend when you're going in: an air purifier and a sunset lamp. And when I bought it, I didn't really get it because I pointed it towards my desk space. I didn't really understand why people recommended it to me so much. And then when I pulled my first all-nighter and I was sitting at my desk, having like I put it on like it's usually on the purple setting. I put it on the sunrise setting,
Nice.
and it was such a like warm feeling that I actually felt more productive than I did when I was just sitting in the dark, which is why I now usually leave some sort of light on whenever I'm doing something, and it helps a ton
Yeah.
with all that.
Productivity goes down a lot around this time as well, because I think we were talking about people not feeling motivated to do anything, and like if I had to say anything that I found in my experience that helps a lot with that is just like consistency, because you don't have to like achieve everything in one day, especially if you know you're not going to be motivated to get every single thing done. But if you can do like a little bit every day, just enough to where you still feel like you're being productive and you're still on top of stuff, it also helps you feel not as bad about yourself for not being as productive, because like it's all natural to be in this cycle right now.
Yeah, it's super
Well,
natural.
even so, there are some days where even just like the smallest of things, like even condensing your laundry, not even like cleaning or not even doing your laundry, just moving it all to one spot, even that feels like a lot.
Yeah.
So what are some tips to like overcome that? Do you have any?
Yeah, definitely. I always try to tell myself when I am like avoiding a chore or something that I know I have to do but I don't want to, I just try to tell myself the high I might get afterwards. I'm telling a lot of clients right now that when they finish that big like college paper, when they can just close all the tabs at once, like, do y'all have that satisfying feeling?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it's so
man.
liberating.
It's like goodbye 84 tabs.
No, I had that whenever I was finishing my essay. I
Yes.
had like the essay, I had the like outline of it, I had the prompt open, I had like a thesaurus open.
Yes.
And once I turned it in, I just closed all of those tabs, and it felt wonderful.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
like
It was
whenever-
like a breath of fresh air.
Oh,
it
man.
really is. Whenever I had to do my outline for public speaking, sitting there and doing it, and then getting to close out my sources
Mm.
and my course, then getting to say that, okay, I'm going to sending it to my Weepa app so I can print it for class so I can read it. It is the most liberating feeling. As soon as that paper is in my hand and I printed it, I'm done. It's like that.
Yeah.
Thank
Wow.
God type of feeling.
Yeah, and you can do that with a lot of things. If I don't want to clean my room, when I finally like that last like sweep and like I can see the clean room, taking that deep breath and just saying, oh, I did this. And it kind of lets us do more fun things afterwards, right? You know, maybe I will play some video games or watch a TV show or just scroll on my phone.
It really feels like you earned it rather than you're using it to avoid something.
Oh yeah, that reward, it's it can really help us change for sure.
It's very rewarding to
Yeah.
have it.
And a big motivator to not fall behind or to not let yourself feel so downtrodden, to be like, no, I know that at the end of this, like the thing that I can look forward to next is not worrying about it. But that's our intro for the
Yes, really good conversation that we had about all that sort of stuff. So when we come back after this music break, we will talk some more about it.
Cool. Thank you so much for being on anyway.
college is not for the weak. Your job's a joke, you're broke, and your love life, in there. Now we're going to talk about what's happening with us. So kick back, breathe in, and mint it out.
And opening the vent, we are. So, how are you guys? I know I asked you guys how you guys were feeling, and a lot of you guys said you're cool. But really, here's the time for it. Anything that's happening, good or bad, that you want to just like vent out into the ether.
I'm mostly just stressed about finals.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Stress is a complete emotion.
Stress is a complete emotion.
Would you consider stress an emotion?
Yeah, I have felt very stressed. There's different, and it's kind of a big debate. So if there is any other counselors listening, they might disagree, and that's okay. But we can see stress. It's nervousness, anxiety, and that's usually like the big forms of it. But stress is kind of one of those things where it's inevitable. There's always going to be stress for sure.
Yeah. And how do you recommend like coping with stress? I know a lot of people, whether it's comfortable or not to talk about, they use alcohol, they use self-harm. What are some good ways to cope with stress? Yeah.
So coping is definitely it's used to comfort, to de-stress. And I always like to start off with doing something you're good at, right? Even if it's something mundane. I always like to say, like, make your favorite meal, right? If you're really good at something you've done all the time, like drawing, a video game, just calling a friend, something simple that afterwards it'll make you feel good. Another great one is expressing gratitude. Scientists have actually found that when you express gratitude, it actually increases your happiness.
Well, I'm very grateful that you showed up.
Oh, I'm grateful
I'm
to be able to have
that
me.
you showed up, and I'm
Everybody's
grateful that we're
here.
having this discussion about
This is great.
coping mechanisms, because a lot of people do adopt negative ones
Yes.
in order to deal with the way that they're feeling, like binge drinking. Binge drinking is consuming 5 drinks or more on one occasion for males and 4 drinks or more for females. However, some college students drink at least twice that amount. That is why Wolf Sports Network and Wolf Radio's Drink Responsibly campaign reminds all our wolves to stay safe when drinking. Never drink under the age of 21 and always have a designated driver. Please, if you are stressed about this final season and what you have going on, binge drinking, especially if you're underage, is not the right coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Yes, we call that self-medicating because you're just trying to get through it in any way possible.
Are there other versions of like self-medicating than just alcohol?
Yeah, definitely. Substance use, vaping, nicotine, but even more serious drugs like, you got pills, stimulants, all that stuff. Whatever tries to numb the pain.
Poor eating habits is another one. If you're binging in
time.
any way, that is like a form of trying to control a feeling and suppressing it in some sort of way.
Or even the opposite, like just neglecting to eat. Like you feel that you're hungry and you just
Neglecting to eat.
refuse to
Yes.
eat it.
Absolutely. A lot of people are telling me I'm too busy to eat. And I said, you can eat on the go, but honestly, taking time out of your day to share a meal, even with like a friend, maybe like East or West Commons or like at the UCC, having that time just to like sit and share a meal with someone can be really effective with de-stressing. And you can vent, we're all trying to get through these finals. And so we can kind of help each other out with that for sure.
It's also a great motivator. I started going to breakfast with my friends after my morning classes.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
love that.
And honestly, it is a great motivator for something to look forward to after class, especially if I didn't like what that class or I wasn't having the best morning. It's a wonderful motivator.
Yeah.
Doing anything with your friends is a wonderful motivator. I found, especially from joining the WIT program and
And
working
hanging
at
out
the
with me
station.
all the time.
Yes,
Hanging out
very
with
much
Ren
so.
and Eden and even some people
And
at the
Maggie
station
and
like
Yade.
Maggie and Yade and
Wow.
Willie
They're here too.
and
They're
Eli
here.
and Lane, as much as he yells at us, that hanging out with people and making friends. When I was we're in Open the Vent, to be entirely honest, when I was in high school, I spent primarily a lot of it online because I have an autoimmune condition,
Oh.
and that meant that I couldn't be around a lot of people at a lot of the time.
Can you elaborate on what autoimmune condition you have if you're comfortable?
Yeah, sure. I have HS, which is hidradenitis suppurativa. When I was diagnosed, I was a freshman in high school, and then I didn't find anybody or anything on it, but I was getting a medication that basically shot my immune system. I wasn't able to be around people, so I switched to online classes. And for your freshman and sophomore year of high school, those are like the two most formative years of your high school career.
Yeah.
So it did something to basically not interact with anybody for, at the minimum, 3 years
Wow.
out of high school. I didn't transfer into this. It's technically, since the pandemic, my first time in a like full school, going to classes, conducted classroom environment setting. And when I came to West Georgia, like the biggest like worry I had was connecting with people, because I felt like the 4 years that I was supposed to develop that personality to connect with people with was spent by myself. So coming to West Georgia, where you can choose to put yourself in an environment with people that you share the same interests with, has honestly been the most rewarding thing. I have never had such a big boost in my mental health and my social life.
Yeah.
I went from having like maybe 1 or 2 friends that I talked with outside of school to having like 10 plus, and half of them I will have the opportunity to work with. Which
Wow. And
honestly, like I said with the WIT program,
I didn't
what
choose
gave that
to
to
be in a room with like-minded people. It was for one of my classes, but the WIT program, all right,
Yeah.
the WIT program completely changed
I was
my
dragged
campus
here kicking
experience.
and screaming by my friend, and I'm really glad that they did that. It was really awesome.
Honestly, if you like, we have a lot of clubs here, but I have never. I talked to Yade once. He gave me a ride back to my dorm once, and I mentioned that it honestly is so. I've never been in a room with so many like-minded people ever in my life. Like, I could ask anyone a question in the studio, and I'm probably going to get a relatively similar answer from all of them, but in such different ways.
Well, except unless you ask Lane, so.
Unless I
Yeah,
ask Lane,
he's an
because Lane
outlier in every
doesn't Lane
aspect.
doesn't
It's
like me
really-
for some reason. I think
No,
that's
we
what
love
this is.
Lane, and Lane loves
We
us.
love Lane.
He's
Lane
probably
loves us,
listening
I
to this,
guess.
like throwing his hands up, like, what? What are they talking about?
I don't
You
know.
guys.
He does it to
Lane
himself, honestly.
actually, I'm pretty sure Lane is like, I'm 20% sure Lane's a bit tired of me, because he lives in University Suites. I live in Center Point. Ren was there when I do it. Half the time when I see him, I yell, "Hi, Lane!" from across the row. And
That's awesome.
He's
But like,
Okay, well, we were able to make these connections with all of our friends through a class like this, right?
Yes.
What about people that don't have those classes? What are some recommended ways that they can get involved with other people and like they can make those connections?
Yeah, definitely. So I know we have club hopping, usually at the beginning of each semester. Great way to kind of get out there. There's a lot of different events, and usually just the scariest and hardest step is to just go, right? To take that first step, that plunge. It might be uncomfortable, it might be weird, but at the end of the day, what do we have to lose, right?
yeah.
And that camaraderie, that connection can be such a great drive. And that's kind of what, like, we're kind of sold before we come to college, is to, like, have that college experience where you have this freedom and you're going to meet these new people, and you're not in your little bubble anymore like when you're in high school. It's kind of this big wide world. And I love how, UWG has that safe space for people. But we definitely have different clubs. A lot of the social media can help people connect to that. But even for our online students, try to find hobbies and stuff that there's usually a group out there for you, some way, shape, or form. Even if you're in a different town or anything, I'm sure there is a community of whatever you're into a cooking class, a sewing class. I'm a big gamer.
What games do you play?
I am a shooter guy through and through, but I love going to Smash tournaments and that community.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the super not toxic at all.
Yes,
community.
Not
that-
toxic
not,
at all.
not stinky at all.
No.
but
No stinky.
they're my
here.
they're my people, and I
least
go
it's not
in.
Wait,
League,
what's your
okay?
Smash main? We have to know. Say it.
I'm a King K roll.
What the hey?
I'm
That's
on, I'm on
with the Glock.
Samus Aran. I love
Nice.
Samus.
Wait, zero
That's
suit or
wild.
regular?
Samus.
Respect.
I know
Okay.
that a lot of people hear it, and it's something that a lot of people like. It's the first thing people usually tell you, that you're not alone, and it gets tiring to hear it. So I'm gonna try and say it in a different way. There's always going to be somebody out there that agrees with you and wants to spend time with you. There are 8 billion people on this earth.
There are people that
There
love
is
you.
someone that is bound to exist, to be your friend, even if that's not their only purpose in life, because it's not. They are going to share something in common with you that you can talk about with and be there. Like you mentioned, it might be scary to get connected with people, and it might be scary to do that. I know a lot of people, I know me, myself included, I was a little nervous to go into the counseling center for the first time
Yeah.
and talk to a counselor.
Because it is scary, right?
It is scary, especially when it's been made a taboo thing. I feel like it only came with the pandemic, but before that, the subject of talking about mental health or something like that is, especially when you're young, is something that's so ostracized. Like, I'm sure at some point we all heard the anxiety. What do you have to be anxious about?
Come on, it's just in your head.
Right.
I was like,
Stop being sad.
stop being sad. Like you're what, 12?
Someone
What
has
could
it worse.
possibly be going on with you right now?
You're only now starting to form consciousness and you realize just how bad it is. But like when it comes to going out and getting community, like it's a form of self-love, honestly, to find people that care about you and that you can hang out with, you know? Like show up for yourself by going out and doing things that you enjoy and participating and like
Yes.
being
yes,
a part of the world, you know?
And another way you can be a part of the world is through Wolf Book Drive. Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to help reduce the 21% of adults with low literacy skills. We are collecting new and gently used books for every UWG pre-K student monthly. Get today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/book drive. That's thewolfuwg.com/book drive, because giving to the community and helping out can generally help you a lot.
The fun has only just begun, and the moon is soon to be high in the sky. So make sure you stay tuned to chill out with the afternoon growl. Only on Wolf Radio, for students, by students.
And welcome back to Afternoon Growl. We've had some really good discussions about mental health, medical stuff and awareness. One of the things that we were talking about a little bit that I want to also touch on, we talked about the counseling center, but I also want to talk about some ways that the school has helped with accommodations if we ever needed it. Like I talked about briefly before we went, where we had our music, that I have HS and I have an SAR through the school. And honestly, West Georgia has done so well on maintaining it. I have never had a single issue with a teacher when I had to miss class for a flare-up or anything like that. It's always just give me a heads up when you have to. Even when I had to call out to go to an infusion on the station, it was never, why? It was just, yeah, cool. Okay.
Hey,
thanks
hope
for
you
the
feel
notice.
better. You know.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up, which is so refreshing because the last school I left at for high school, they actually accused me of faking my HS.
Gas,
Yeah,
actual
they
gas.
accused me
Huh?
of faking it. That's the insane part. They accused me of faking it. They accused my mom, said that they didn't believe that I actually had this, that they didn't know why I was online, that it was fake. I was accused. It was slanderous.
J'accuse.
I was accused. It was slanderous, and but never here. Never here because that's honestly an insane thing to do to somebody.
Your high school said, no, we don't believe victims, actually.
We
You should
don't
really pull
believe
yourself
that you
together.
have this debilitating thing. It actually sounds like you're faking it. Like
Well, are you?
HS, never heard of her.
Oh, my goodness. No.
What is this doctor's note?
I don't
What
I've
think
never
as a
heard of
medical
them.
professional.
I only go to Dr.
Dermatologist,
Spaceman.
specialist.
He's the only
I've
one.
never heard of that before.
Is this one of them Gen Z
Is this one of
things?
some Gen Z made up illnesses?
illnesses?
They think
saw on
everybody's
TikTok?
so sensitive now, but everybody's just actually able to advocate for themselves. They're like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
real. Like, people agree with me that this is real and that I'm suffering. And they're like,
Because half the time, if you say something, it's back in my day, people didn't talk like this or people didn't have this. Like, that's because back in your day, if people had it, they didn't say anything
no,
about
literally.
it because they weren't
Yes.
allowed to.
It would be like, oh, you have HS? Go live in a shack. Don't come back into normal society. Like, it's like,
You got ostracized. So it's insane that it's been seen as a negative thing that we have become more comfortable talking about mental health because
that's the whole reason for the show.
that's the whole reason for why we're doing this and why for the show that we hope to get on air next semester. It's that
Yay.
The show
These
we will
taboos-
get on air
We
next
will.
semester.
Manifest.
Get on air
Manifest.
next
Positive
semester.
affirmations, Rin?
We are
Yes.
manifesting
That is a key
This-
component of CBT, cognitive behavioral
Oh, my
therapy.
goodness.
Yes.
I go
Because
to
Nailed it.
DBT. The
Good job.
mental health is not a taboo topic. It should never be a taboo topic because it is something that everybody experiences once in their lifetime.
More than once, if
More
you're a
than
normal
once.
person.
If you have a mental, you're always having a mental health. 100%.
It may
of
not
your
be a
lifetime.
crisis,
All right.
but if you have a mental, you need mental health.
Literally.
It's like
Yeah.
if you have a body, you need body health.
Put that on a poster. I
Put
swear.
that on a poster. You
Yeah.
know what? Check out that will be on our merch site. Actually,
It will. I'm writing it down. I'm going to make it. It's going to be really good.
that is gonna
T-shirts?
be t-shirts.
Sweatshirts?
Anybody? T-shirts. If you have a
T-shirts
mental,
and
you need
sweatshirts.
mental health.
I'll take one.
Oh,
Sold.
yes.
First customer right here.
All right.
The whole
I actually do have
customer-
one question. It relates to
Yeah.
the previous topic we mentioned.
Yeah, sure.
So you gave us tips on how to get connected. What about staying connected? So the break is coming up. Like tomorrow is actually. I don't have any classes tomorrow, so that's the first day of my break, right?
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
So what are some tips to stay connected with people?
We live in a great time of technology, and sometimes when we are away from our friends here, different ways that we can stay connected. How my friends and I kind of stay connected is we just send each other reels. Like sometimes it's not even a conversation. It's just I thought this was funny. I I think you'll think it's funny too. And
Me and my friends call that pebbling.
yeah,
And
Oh,
it's a
interesting.
reference to how penguins will show affection by giving like little pebbles to other
No, I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that.
That's
That's
so
really
nice.
good.
Honestly,
So we call it pebbling. So
Honestly-
they like
Oh.
pebble each other like little posts.
I promise the
that's so-
only reason I have not done the same thing to you and Eden is because
You hate
out
us?
of the no.
You can be honest.
No,
it's
it's
okay.
because out of like the dozens of TikToks I see a day, I get really weird ones. So I have to be like,
You should see my feed.
honestly, now that it has been brought to my attention that you guys would like to be pebbled,
Yes.
I will start pebbling you guys on a consistent basis.
I care
Yay,
about
you
y'all
will
so
also
much.
be
I'm
pebbled
literally going
as
to
well.
stone you. I'm going to stone you
I-
to death.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna stone you. It's insane.
oh no, not the stoning.
She's gonna send us like giant walls of text instead of like little
Yeah.
funny posts.
At
She's
3
throwing
a.m., you're just gonna get
My
30
love
plus
language
TikToks.
is literally increasingly niche memes. It's like, I know you better than you know you. Here's a meme about the thing that you were just looking at that you didn't tell me about. I'm
Oh,
in
yeah.
your brain. I'm watching you.
Honestly, it is insane the amount of times. It is insane the amount of times that you can send somebody something and they get the same thing. And honestly, that's just how we stay connected. That's how we embrace each other and how we make friends by
beautiful.
staying connected and by
Yeah.
staying in touch. I think today we talked a lot about mental health in general. It really was a great episode. Jacob, I thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you
anytime.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you so
Clap,
much.
clap, clap,
Can
clap,
you
clap, clap.
any
Would you like me to plug
any
the
last thoughts?
counseling center?
Oh yeah, can you
Yes,
plug the
Round
Counseling
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 center?
Center.
That's
please?
right.
Yes,
Shout out
yes,
to our counselors.
Shout out to
y'all.
our counselors. Our two counselors.
There's
So,
only two. Send them a gift basket. or something.
Please.
Send them more
No,
counselors.
we're getting more. What is it? We're bringing some in December and January.
Reinforcements.
But pretty much whoever is listening, please. We're at Row Hall. Row Hall.
I pronounce it row.
Row.
A row.
Road.
ROW. I mean,
The bus gets off right in front of it.
yes.
By the UCC.
We're near the UCC, but yeah, we definitely have individual counseling. We can, if you come in as a walk-in, we can do your intake and find the best time for you. But even if we don't have space for individual, we also have group counseling,
Recommend the DBT. Very chill.
DBT group, which is a group on, mindfulness, how to reduce misery, healthy coping skills, setting boundaries with people that it might be hard to set boundaries with, how to end toxic relationships. And then right now we have a creative expressions group, but since it is near the end of the school year, we are kind of wrapping them up. We are definitely going to be having DBT in January, and hopefully we can get also some more groups come that time. We also have a relaxation room. Before we came
with
in
the Bob Ross
today-
in it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have Bob Ross streaming all day that you can enjoy in there, but we have really nice recliners, low light. It's just a really good place to just kind of quiet your mind, just take some deep breaths, and we are definitely here for you guys at the counseling center for sure.
Mental health, like I said before, is not taboo. It doesn't have to be scary.
Yeah.
No one is here to judge you, and no one is ever going to judge you for the thoughts and feelings that you have, because everything that you feel and think is valid to some degree. It is never a shameful topic nor discussion. I hope that this episode has helped people, encourage them to reach out to people, encourage them to go to the counseling center if they need it,
Encourage them to
Yes.
buy a light lamp.
encourage them by the light lamp that they are not alone in the feelings that they feel and the things that they experience. Thank you for joining us all today on Afternoon Growl. I hope you have a wonderful night and a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Have a
Thank you.
good
Thank you
break.
guys for having me.
Shout
Take
out to our
care.
Shout out to
counselors.
Jacob
Whoop,
and our
whoop.
counseling center.
Thank you guys.
Bye.